modern technology gives us all kinds of different ways to connect with each other, ways that vary in precisely how social they are, right? Some allow us to connect interactively with each other. We're going back and forth in live conversation. It turns out that live back and forth is critical for creating connection. We've actually known that since the early 1900s. Or how about using truly social media? Media that actually conveys our minds clearly, like media that uses our voice, for instance, as opposed to just typing with each other. What we find in our research is that people are often sensitive to the power of these different attributes for determining the outcomes of these interactions. So we choose suboptimal media, suboptimal ways for connecting with each other. We spend a lot of time talking to each other and too little time talking to each other. That's what we find in our research, at least for the health of our own relationships. And once we're talking, we also have to figure out, well, what are we going to talk about? Right? Where's this conversation going to go? Are we going to talk about something deep and meaningful, something you care about, something I care about? Or are we going to stay in the shallow end of the conversation pool, right? Often we're a little nervous, right? Does this person want to really go there with me about this issue? Or should we just stay in the shallow? And most of our conversations are shallow with other people. What happens if we went deeper? I do demonstrations with people and a bunch of different experiments that we've published as well, but the demonstration that I like is one I've now done with about 3,000 people. I do this with all of our incoming MBA students at the University of Chicago, for instance. On the second day of their orientation, they run through an experiment with me where they have a deep conversation with another MBA student that's joining, okay? And what I ask them to do is have a conversation that's real, okay? So I give them 3 questions. I ask him to talk, well, I actually give him 4 questions. I ask him to talk about, if I was going to become a good friend of yours, what's most important for me to know about you? What are you most grateful for in your life? Can you please tell me about it? Can you tell me about one of the last times you cried in front of another person? And what are you most anxious about right now starting this program? Okay. I've done this now with lots and lots of audience as well. If I had an hour and a half, I would do it with all of you too. So we ask people to have a conversation about these questions. Before they go out and have these conversations, we have them report or tell us how they think this conversation is going to make them feel. We have them report their expectations. And these are their expectations. How awkward, how strong a bond they think they're going to feel, how much they're going to like their partner, how much they're going to enjoy the conversation, and how much they're going to have in common with their partner. Okay? And what you see here is that people think the conversation is going to be fairly awkward and not that rewarding. It's going to be kind of meh, not such a great experience for them. Okay? After they come back, we ask them to tell us, how'd your conversation actually go? And that's how they tell us their conversations actually went. In statistical terms, as a behavioral scientist, these effects are massive. In fact, embarrassingly massive. Usually what we're trying to do is to find subtle effects out in the world that might escape our notice. This is a crushing effect. We're typically dealing with inferential statistics, t-values that have a value of about 2. These are t-values of 40, estimating the size of the difference of these distributions. They're massive, massive. But of course, if you didn't think having deep and meaningful conversations was going to go that well, you'd never have them, and how could you find out that you were wrong about it? You wouldn't.